Hey, this is Kanoda Gatwa, and I'm super excited to kickstart our first episode on mental health. I know this for sure that Mondays are not like everyone's favorite day. Yeah. So I just want to check up on our mental health and actually learn some few tips on how we can improve our mental health at work. For many of us, work is a major part of our lives. It is where we spend much of our time and where we get income and often where we make friends. Having a fulfilling job can be good for your mental health and general well-being. And many other times, life just gets on top of us. Sometimes that's work related, like deadlines or travel. Sometimes it's something else, our health, our relationships, or even our circumstances. The value added to the economy by people who are at work and have had mental health problems is as high as 225 billion euros per year, which represents 12% of the UK total GDP. It's vital that we protect the value by addressing mental health at work for those with existing issues, for those at risk, and for the workforce as a whole. A toxic work environment can be corrosive to our mental health. We believe in workspaces where everyone can thrive. We also believe in the role of employers, employees, and businesses in creating thriving communities. Good mental health at work and good management go hand in hand. And there is strong evidence that workplaces with high level of mental well-being are more productive. How so? By addressing the well-being at work, actually it increases the productivity by as much as 12%. Imagine 12%. So, how do you look after your mental health at work? Well, we can all take steps in improving our mental health and build our resilience, our ability to cope with adversity. Self-care is a skill that needs to be practiced. It isn't easy, especially if we feel anxious, depressed, or low in our self-esteem. So, there's a bond to be one or two. You do well, and this can be your assets, your go-to methods for working on your well-being. Look for one or two you find hard to do at work. These can be your challenges. It may be that these areas are the ones you neglect under stress. For example, drinking too much, isolating yourself, or comfort eating. The examples of ways we try to cope that are the opposite of what the evidence tells us work for our mental health. Finally, I would challenge you to look for one or two areas that you feel you could work on or try. These can be the goals. Your goals and challenges can be the same, but it's sometimes kinder to yourself to have some goals that you can meet more easily. So number one, how do you look after your mental health at work? Tip number one, talk about your feelings. All right? Talking about your feelings can help you maintain your mental health and deal with times when you feel troubled. Talking about your feeling isn't a sign of weakness, as most people say. It's part of taking charge of your well-being and doing what you can to stay healthy. It can be hard to talk about feelings at work. If you have colleagues you can talk to, or a manager who asks how you are, or a supervisor who's so concerned, it can really help. Number two, you better keep active. Regular exercise can boost your self-esteem and can help you concentrate, sleep, and look and feel better. Exercising does not mean doing sport or going to the gym. Experts say that most people should do 30 minutes exercise at least 5 days a week. Try to make physical activities that you enjoy a part of your day. You may have a physical job like construction or teaching. You'll notice if you are off sick because of injury or physical illness, how quickly your mood start to be affected by the change in activity. So if you work in an office, it can make a huge difference to get out for a walk or do a class at lunchtime, or to build in exercise before or after work to ease you into the day, or create a space between work time and personal time. You need also to eat well. What we eat can affect how we feel, both immediately and in the long term. A diet that is good for physical health is also good for your mental health. It can be hard to keep up a healthy pattern of eating at work. Regular meals plus plenty of water are ideal. Try and plan for meal times at work. Bring food from home, or choosing healthy options when buying lunch. Number 4, you need to drink sensibly. For those of you who drink, many other times you often drink alcohol to change your mood. Some people drink to deal with fear or loneliness, but the effect is only temporary. Most people don't drink at work, but most of those people who drink recognize the pattern of drinking more at the weekend or even in the evening when work is hard going. Be careful with work functions that include drinking. It can be tempting to have a drink to get Dutch courage. But if you feel anxious, you may drink too much and end up behaving in a way you'd rather not, which will increase feelings of anxiety in the medium of to long term. Keep in touch. Relationships are key to our mental health. Working in a supportive team is hugely important for your mental health at work. We don't always have a choice about who we work with, and we don't get on with managers, colleagues, or even clients. It can create tension. It may be that you need to practice more self-care at these times, but you may also need to address difficulties. These difficulties, we will be talking about them in order for us to find a way to guide into investing in our relationship. Also remember that work politics can be a real challenge when we have mental health problem. It can be helpful to find a mentor or a small group of trusted colleagues with whom you can discuss feelings about work to sense, check and help you work through challenges. Anytime you need to ask for help, every single time. That is my point number 6. You need to ask for help. None of us is superhuman. We all sometimes get tired or overwhelmed by how we feel, or when things don't go to plan. Your employer may have an employee assistance program. These services are confidential and can be accessed free and without work finding out. You can also be able to access occupational health support through your line manager or even your HR service. The first port of call in the health service is your general practitioner. Over a third of visits to general practitioners are about mental health. So your general practitioner may suggest ways that you or your family can help you, or they may refer you to a specialist or another part of the health service. Point number 7, you need to take a break. A change of scene or a change of pace is good for your mental health. It could be a 5-minute pause from what you're doing, a book or podcast during the commute, a half-hour lunch break at work, or a weekend exploring somewhere new. A few minutes can be enough to de-stress you. Give yourself some me time, all right? You need some me time. Number 8, do something you're good at. What do you love doing? What activities can you lose yourself in? What did you love doing in the past? Enjoying yourself can help beat stress. Doing an activity you enjoy probably means you're going you're good at it, and achieving something that's going to boost your self-esteem. If possible, you should plan your workload to include tasks you're good at, so as to sandwich things will be harder or more stressful. At work, you may have a hobby you'd like to share or join in with colleagues on. A work cycling club, book group, or crafting group can be a great way to share a skill with others. Number 9, you need to accept who you are. How so? Because we are all different. It's much healthier to accept that you are unique than to wish you were more like someone else. Feeling good about yourself boosts your confidence to learn new skills, visit new places, and make new friends. And good self-esteem also helps you to cope when life takes a difficult turn. Be proud of who you are, recognize and accept the things you may not be good at, but also focus on what you can do. If there is anything about yourself you would like to change, you are expectations realistic. If there are, work towards the change in small steps. Self-acceptance and self-care can be very hard when you have a mental health problem, an ongoing challenge people need to work on. Number 10, which happens to be my last one, care for others. You need to take care of others. Caring for others is often an important part of keeping up relationship with people close to you. Working life can provide opportunities to care for others, which include contributing through vocational jobs like nursing or care work can be hugely significant for mental health. In most jobs, you can choose to be there for colleagues, either as a teammate or as a line manager, when strategies like coaching and training are good ways to support others. All right, so helping can make us feel needed and valued, and that boosts our self-esteem. Also, volunteering can be hugely rewarding and it helps us to see the world from another angle. This can help to put our own problems into perspective, and also develop a good or a healthy working environment. So take care of others. Our roles as parents or careers for carers of our relatives can collide with our work identities. Carers are at greater risk of developing mental health problems because work can provide it can provide a resistance when it comes to terms of helping people and being there for people. So let me just conclude by this. How do you support a colleague? How do you get to have a conversation with a colleague about mental health? It's simple, because talking about mental health can seem daunting, but we've all had conversations with people about bereavements, breakups, and other life events that don't always start easy, but they often mean a lot to a person having a tough time. It all starts with asking someone how they are doing in a warm and authentic way. And that means giving them a chance to realize that you are being sincere and friendly. You need to get time and a place where you can have a conversation, and because there is a time and a place for everything. And when it comes to talking with someone about their mental health, that means a time and a place that is most comfortable for them. The last thing everyone needs is to feel rushed or to feel coerced to talk about their mental health. You should also practice active listening. Listening is vital for every relationship, and active listening is a term for a range of techniques that keep us present and engaged in a conversation. Try and have eye contact unless the person you're talking to doesn't seem comfortable with that. Actually, be open. That means open arms and turning slightly towards them. You should acknowledge what's being said with the appropriate nods and gestures, and repeat what you've said to check if you got it right. Ask direct and appropriate questions, but it's not appropriate to probe for more details than a person is prepared to give. And actually, when you're helping a colleague, you need also to manage your feelings. It can be hard to hear difficult or upsetting things, but you want to reassure and encourage the person. That means not showing signs of surprise or judgment. You want to reassure that person that it's okay to be speaking to you and that you will treat what they say with respect. It is tempting to immediately start suggesting solutions to problems, but it's wise to seek a person it is wise to ask a person what they want to happen. They may welcome suggestions, but equally, they may just need to vent. So that's it for today. Keep on checking up on people. Reach out to your friends, to your workmates, to your brothers and your sister. Keep on checking on each other and actually keep on checking on your mental health. That's it for today. My name is Kanada Gatwa. Let's keep the conversation going. All our social media platforms are open and ready for you: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we're also on TikTok at Conversations Cave. Goodbye. God bless you.